uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. "22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance." And off we go from uptown Charlotte. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. You look at this Carolina defense. Coming into this one ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
56. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. 56.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And oh, right away, he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground. Well, the very first thing they told us, Charles, was we need to apply pressure early, and I would call that early pressure a nice sack to start the game.
And on the other sideline, I just have this image in my mind of the head coach on the headset with the offensive coordinator, asking him if that's exactly what he saw in his mind when he called that play. And if so, is it going to be like this all day? That's a tough one right there.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
He's checking. He's checking. Go steal. 25. Check 25. Go.
On play action, Young. That is caught, and he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Give him 18. It's a Carolina 1st down. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Trouble, 38. Switch.
A give up the middle, Hubbard. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They had to fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out in the running game.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, 2nd and right at a yard. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll run it with Elliott. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
4th and 2 in the NFL, not ordinarily a running down anymore. Usually that ball is moved through the air. They went ahead and gave it to the back, and he ends up picking up the 1st down. I'm not sure if they fooled him as much as they just did a nice job executing.
Needed 2, and they got 3. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas 1st down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
The 1st down carry by Elliott. And able to get this to the 31. You look at this Carolina defense. They were very good a week ago in the win over Minnesota.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open before I throw it.
I might curl up in the fetal position.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't think he's going to do that, though. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
They'll set up a throw. Going right back to Ferguson. And they'll get this down to the 10. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Buying time to his left. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here's 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw, eluding the pressure right. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Amari Barno in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it, it doesn't work. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Steal! Check steal! Jump! Hey, green!
Young off the play fake, steps away. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
Let's get off the field. Mike 13. He's coming. Check in.
And they'll run on 1st down with Hubbard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. The Panthers had 8-8 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, win.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Ultra. Here we go. Check 24.
They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Young. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown. A sensational one-handed grab in the end zone for the score. Looked like you at the Davis Turkey Bowl every year in the backyard in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, you're so kind. That's definitely in my mind. But how about this? They always tell guys going after the ball, the receivers especially, you got to have a single-minded obsession to go get it. How about going up with a single hand and making that happen? I don't know if it gets much better than what we just saw there.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay popped.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Panthers are going to take over here up near the 40. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Dancing to his left. Oh, Young loses it. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 3rd and long for Young. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So they move from 136 over to the other as they come up on 1st down.
Drill 52.
Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Tighten up. Pull together. Mike 13. He's coming. Check in. Let's get it together, D. Red, cycle. Mike 13. Ready.
Young working out of the gun. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Joey Sly on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. Back to it after the pick six. Young. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
So I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Yellow, go. Steal, black. Ready, go.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Black ultra.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
In motion goes the tight end.
Mike 13. Mike 13. Hey, check. Mike 13.
Final play of the half. Young. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
13. Mike 13.
You bet. Mega. You better be afraid of me.
Young. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Panthers. A big play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Following the interception, Young. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. On 2nd down, here's a run with Hubbard. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Watch the screen. 46 to Mike, 46. I'm here all day.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have the Panthers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
And how about that on 3rd down? Just so many different directions an offense can go. Throw it out wide to the receivers, get it to their speedy running back. They changed up everything and handed it to the fullback, and he surprised them all and picked up a first down.
Looking right sideline, that's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Ready, black, 95.
Squeeze, double. Mike, 46. Mike, 46.
Hubbard is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt, he's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Ferguson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Back to throw now on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
2nd down, another chance for Hubbard. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Young on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
On the give, this is Hubbard. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. 7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. On the handoff, it's Hubbard. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 3rd down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. Hubbard is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down. So stuffed from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more speed.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. It's a big loss of 5 there on 2nd down to bring up 3rd and goal.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks. Pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Under pressure, they got him again. Call it a big loss of 10 there. And it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. And his kick here is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home.
15 yards there for number 15.
A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Flushed out right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
Open man Lamb, it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. They'll set up to throw. Ball had his hands on it. Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Panthers will get the football back. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Second down and 8.
I got you. Mike, 46.
Ultra. Go ultra. Go red.
Hey, check 24. 46.
It's Young off play action. He goes full extension, and he's got it. It's a Panthers 1st down, 17 yards on the play. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check 31. Check 31.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Second down and 4. Young here to throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Micah Parsons. And the Cowboys are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
He's going to let it fly. That is incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown.
CD Lamb
With touchdown number 20 on the year.
and the Cowboys are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he will have a Panther first down. And it is celebration time on that sideline, and they've earned it.
And one of the whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.